That means their stock is the most valuable of any real estate company right now, and they are number one by volume. And I view this type of brokerage as currently being underserved. They don't have access to agent choice. They don't have access to revenue share and multiple streams of income. Most of them don't have access to stock, all the amazing things that we provide for our agent-centric brand here at LPT Realty. So again, as we look at this landscape, a brokerage brand model is number one in volume. That is Compass. Okay. In addition to that, of the top 6 brokerages by volume on Real Trends last year, 5 of the 6 of them are what I call brokerage brand models. This is companies like Compass and Howard Hanna and Douglas Elliman and Sotheby's. These are brokerage brand models, and they currently make up 5 of the 6 largest brokerages in the country. So there's still a whole lot of agents who like the brokerage brand model over the agent-centric model. Now, agent-centric brand brokerage is number one in transaction count. As we mentioned, eXp did 355,000 transactions for $143 million. Compass did half as many transactions, but actually did more volume. So what does that look like? What would it look like? How would it benefit us to be able to play in both spaces? All right. And so this idea of a kairetsu, this is a Japanese term that dominated their economic models, 10 years ago, still very dominant. It's a set of companies with interlocking business relationships that can create this very robust structure. And so the big idea here is, what if we as LPT Holdings, the company that you all earn stock in, the company that we are all members of the family of, owned both an agent-centric brand in LPT Realty, but also a brokerage brand model in a brand called Aperture. All right. This is something we cooked up way back when. All right. But we didn't want to release it until we knew we were ready. We didn't want to release it until LPT had achieved everything it has achieved. But now we want to open our family up to these brokerage brand agents through a brand called Aperture. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is, how does this benefit all of you? How does this benefit LPT Holdings? How does this benefit LPT agents? So we're going to run through that, all right, because that's the most important thing here. We're going to take care of our family. 1, Agent Choice 2.0. This is the truest commitment to agent choice. It is a guiding principle here. We are real estate first, and we are agent choice. And while most of you believe in the agent-centric brand, and I actually lean toward the agent-centric brand myself, if an agent's choice is to be at a brokerage brand model, we want to give them a way to be a part of our family and make that choice. This is the truest commitment to agent choice that we could make. It completes our brokerage for life cycle, right? There may be agents who start in a brokerage brand model and want to transition to an agent-centric model. There may be agents who do the reverse. They want to start an agent-centric model and they want to transition into a brokerage brand model. You can do that now without losing your stock, without losing your downline, without losing your family, without losing your community. You can now make that transition between brands under the LPT Holdings network, under the LPT Holdings family, without having to start over, without having to reset. So this completes our brokerage for life commitment to you all and to the industry.
That's right. So cool.
Increase stock and enterprise value. I can tell you right now that when LPT is number one by transaction count and Aperture is number one by volume, we are going to be a very valuable company from an enterprise and a stock perspective. It's the first ever opportunity to attract brokerage brand model agents, right? You've all done this. You've had a closing with an agent at a Sotheby's or a Compass, and you try to tell them how amazing LPT is. You try to tell them how amazing maybe another cloud brokerage you were at in the past was, but they just can't see it because they need a brokerage brand model. So this is the first ever opportunity to attract those agents into our family, into your network, all right? Also for them, it's the first time ever for those brokerage brand model agents to earn revenue share. It's their first ever opportunity to attract other agents, because an Aperture agent can attract LPT agents into their downline, an LPT agent can attract Aperture agents into their downline. The first ever cross-brand rev share opportunity, and the first ever opportunity for these brokerage brand model agents who would prefer something like a Compass or a Sotheby's to be able to earn revenue share and use their influence to attract agents not only into their own brand, but into a sister brand in the form of LPT Realty. It's the most lucrative revenue share model in existence, right? We currently have what I think is the best revenue share model because it serves the most people, it has the most long-term potential, but with the addition of Aperture now, it actually will be the most lucrative revenue share model in existence, and that's because Aperture agents will generate the highest revenue share payout in the industry, all right? The economics are not as good at Aperture, right? The economics are different. They're not as aggressive as what we have at LPT. That means there is more revenue to share on the Aperture side of the house. So if an LPT agent attracts an Aperture agent, That Aperture agent will then provide the highest revenue share payout in the industry, higher than any other company out there right now. So if you're one of these folks that wants to come and you want to attract less agents and make more money, then you're going to want to focus on attracting a lot of Aperture agents. If you want to build the biggest network possible, you're going to attract a lot of LPT business builders. If you want to have a blended, rounded, balanced organization, you're going to attract a little bit of everything. You're going to attract Aperture agents. You're going to attract business builders. You're going to attract brokerage partners. You're going to have a complete organization of people rowing with you in our network. And again, this has never existed before. There has never been an opportunity for a brokerage brand agent to attract an LPT business builder and vice versa. We are breaking down walls across this industry to build a massive network. And that's the most important part of all of this. A larger community for collaboration, a larger community for referrals, a larger community for us to serve each other. Those agents who want the brokerage brand are no longer going to be locked out of being a part of our family here at LPT. Largest community possible, the most collaboration possible, the most referrals possible, driving big thing number one, right? The number one training company. And now we're making that available across 2 different models. We're bringing expertise from different models. We are building something here that has never been done before in our industry.
I thought you said you didn't get good grades, man.
Yes, man, I do the work now. I just didn't do the work back then. I do the work now.
Oh man, this is so exciting on so many different levels. For one, the additional opportunity it creates for agents who don't currently have the passive residual income, that the opportunity that's available through LPT, the ability to grow your career in a specific direction if that's what you choose to do, or to say, hey, I was over here and I want to go more agent-centric. Just the agent choice piece and the way that it's thought out is, one, going to change the game. Two, it's going to increase the professionalism with Ascend. Like, this whole thing is starting to fit together in just ways that I don't think people really ever could see coming. And we're really still
just getting started, man. It's so exciting. So again, I know you all have a lot of questions. We're not answering those today.
Yeah.
Again, please do
don't
not,
spam.
not submit tickets to support asking about it. Please do not go start trying to recruit agents yet into Aperture. If you want to have conversations, it is coming. Again, don't start spamming the world with this. I'm trusting you guys. We're letting you in on this early. This is coming in 2025. As we get closer, we will share all of the details. Just know Aperture's economics are not as aggressive as LPT's, right? There is no $5,000 cap plan inside of Aperture. There will be production minimums to qualify for Aperture. All right, so again, a brand new agent who's never done a deal is not going to be able to go straight into Aperture. They're going to have to start at LPT. And if they decide they want to transition, that is their choice. It is all about agent choice. It is all about making more opportunities and options available for you. And then when you do attract an Aperture agent, they are in your organization. They're in your downline. You will earn the most rev share possible, all right, on an Aperture agent. Considerably more than a brokerage partner, considerably more than a business builder. It is going to be a significantly higher amount of revenue share because of the different economics that the Aperture agents are paying. So we will now have the lowest rev share payout in business builders, but the broadest and easiest to attract, all the way up to the highest rev share payout in the entire industry with Aperture agents. It's all about choice. It's all about creating you ways to win here at LPT Realty.
Love it. Love
Holdings.
All right. Love it. Okay.
And we're not done.
Yeah. But yet there's more.
We have a third big thing. How are we doing on time?
We're a little over.
A little over.
37. Yeah, we're on the last one.
So recap here, if you want to screenshot this one, truest commitment to agent choice, what I'm calling Agent Choice 2.0, completes the brokerage for life cycle, increased stock and enterprise value, first ever opportunity to attract brokerage brand model agents, most lucrative rev share model in existence once we add an Aperture, and a larger community for collaboration and referrals.